La voz de los latinos en América. Estamos transmitiendo desde hermosa 1470. Les habla Lilia Galindo. Me acompaña Michael Dutton y tenemos aquí a la directora de programas especiales y categóricos, Jennifer Slater-Sanchez. Y nos acompaña también nuestra compañera Ana Peña Santos. Ella es la coordinadora del Distrito de Programa de Aprendices de Inglés y Programa Migrante. Si tienen alguna pregunta, nos quedan pocos minutos, pero puedes llamarnos al 661-538-1470, 661-538-1470. Okay, let's start. Michael.
Yeah, I was wanting to ask a question because within your wheelhouse comes the foster student, mm-hmm. and there is some set aside funding, if you will, mm-hmm. just for that particular group. I was under the impression, I think I learned at some point, that the Antelope Valley is the largest area for foster students in Los Angeles County. Is that correct? Is that accurate?
I've heard that as well. I've heard that in many different mm-hmm. venues, I guess you would say, that we have the largest number of foster youth in, I believe, like at least LA County, maybe even the state of California.
Right.
So, yeah, so a large part of our LCAP is regarding our foster youth. Mm-hmm. Just backing up a little bit, when we look at developing the LCAP, it's a 3-year plan. However, right. It is revised each school year.
Right.
And so when we look at that, again, we look at the needs of our low income, our foster youth, and our English learner. However, many of our improved actions and services can benefit all of our students district-wide. So we can have district-wide improved actions and services. We could have school-wide improved actions and services, or we could have specific actions and services that just pertain to our foster youth, our English learners, or our low income. So we do have some that are specific to our foster youth. One is an event coming up, I believe it's April 15th. It's called Independent City, in which the students will be going through like a synopsis or like a simulation of what it's like to adult in real life. And they will be given suitcases that are based on donations from people, and they have to go around with this suitcase and go through simulations of filling out a job application, learning to pay bills, things like that, so that we can really set them up for that success.
It's kind of like community-based instruction for foster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
And like I said, and then we have other improved actions and services that are specific to our low income students. Right. For instance, transportation seems to be a challenge or a barrier for many of our low income or even homeless students. And so providing transportation to things like extracurricular activities, that before or after school intervention or Saturday school that we talked about. And then we have some that are specific to our English learners. Monitoring our English learners, making sure that we have bilingual aids or bilingual support for our English learners. And then our other improved actions and services benefit all of our students district-wide.
Well, let's make a pause.
Translation.
For Anita.
Gracias. La pregunta se trataba sobre nuestros niños de crianza, los foster students de nuestra comunidad. Se preguntaba si nosotros aquí en el Valle del Antelope sí tenemos el porcentaje más grande y sí tenemos un porcentaje muy alto de niños de crianza aquí en el Valle del Antelope. Ahora, fondos o dinero específico para nuestros estudiantes de crianza, y la doctora Slater-Sanchez nos comenta de que hay algunas cosas que se proveen específicamente, pero también hay diferentes fondos que pertenecen a diferentes grupos que también ayudan a nuestros estudiantes de foster. Por ejemplo, hay un evento que se llama Independent City, es Ciudad Independiente, para nuestros estudiantes de crianza, donde es una actividad donde ellos entran a esta actividad y van, por ejemplo, en diferentes etapas de la vida, llenando una aplicación, cómo rentar un apartamento, cómo hacer un presupuesto, y ellos tienen la experiencia de participar en estas diferentes actividades y recibir un poco de guianza o ideas para cómo hacerlo mejor. So, hay diferentes servicios que ofrecemos también para aprendices de inglés o nuestros estudiantes de bajos recursos que también ayudan en su totalidad, ayudan también a nuestros estudiantes de crianza. Aunque hay algunas cosas específicas para nuestros foster students, también las otras partes o los otros servicios que ofrecemos también ayudan a este grupo.
Doctor, now I want to ask you, tell us a little bit about what are you doing in that department that is important also.
Yeah, so I'm new to this school district. I joined Antelope Valley Union High School District in July. And one of the things, as I was a new employee, I guess you would say, and I would listen to board meetings during the summertime. And what I kept hearing was that people wanted to know more about what is this LCAP? How can we be involved? How can our voices be heard? So early into starting this job in about September, I set out on the LCAP Roadshow. And it was important for me to go and visit families at each of the school sites, parents at each of the school sites, community members at each of the school sites, and hear from them as far as how they felt that the LCAP or the goals or the improved actions and services benefit or didn't benefit them, what they recommended going forward. And so I'm happy to say that I was able to meet with over 300 students and receive feedback from them. Parents, several hundred parents, I was able to meet with and hear feedback from them. And that really informs us as we are revising the LCAP for this next school year on what those educational partners feel is working, not working, or what we could do better going forward. So I just want to say that next year when you get the flyer from your school site saying, you know, we want to hear from you, please fill out the surveys. Please come to the parent night so that we can continue to hear your voices. And with that said, some of the great things that we're doing, one, I want to just focus on PK for a minute. PK is Parent Institute for Quality Education.
I'm so sorry.
I need to stop and translate, don't I? Okay.
Yeah.
I get on this roll and I get so excited.
Lilia le pregunta cuáles son algunas de las cosas más importantes que está ella completando o trabajando en ello en su posición de ahorita. So, la doctora Slater-Sanchez comenta de que cuando ella empezó el trabajo, ella escuchaba nuestras juntas ejecutivas en el distrito y ella escuchaba que los papás pedían mucho información, que ellos querían saber qué es este plan de control local, qué es el LCAP, y necesitaban más información. So, lo que ella hizo cuando empezó el empleo fue hacer unas presentaciones en cada de las escuelas. En cada escuela ella se juntó con estudiantes, con padres, con personas de la comunidad, para poder platicar sobre qué es nuestro LCAP, qué significa, qué tiene, qué incluye, y darles información. So, se pudo juntar con todas estas personas y escuchar lo que ellos quisieran ver y las preguntas que tienen. Entonces es una de las cosas que ella se ha enfocado mucho en proveer esta información.
And what was the date on that?
For Independent City?
Yes.
It's April 15th. So that's coming up in about a week.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
El evento para los estudiantes de crianza, los niños de crianza, es el 15 de abril, and it's at Plant 42.
I think it's at the district office.
Oh, okay, en el distrito. So va a ser el 15 de abril en las oficinas del distrito del Valle del Antílope, y va a ser para que los chicos participen en este evento comunitario. Otra cosa que la doctora Slater-Sanchez comentó es cuando usted reciba la invitación o las encuestas, los surveys, por favor complete los surveys o participe en las juntas cuando ella mande esas invitaciones. Usted lo va a recibir de las escuelas, invitándolos a que vengan a platicar sobre el LCAP, los fondos y todo eso. Así que por favor únanse a estas juntas para dar su opinión.
Very good. Michael, do you know, I think that it's very good that you include students in these kind of things because they are more involved. And sometimes I remember inviting parents to go to the meetings and they ask me how are we going to spend the budget, and I don't know how they have to spend the budget. But I was telling them, you just tell them about your needs. What are your needs in education, the needs of your child? If you don't have internet, if you cannot access easily to school, that is what they want to know. Not that you tell them how are you going to spend all the money.
Exactly.
So, el comentario fue de que hay veces de que los papás los invitan a estas juntas de LCAP y ellos dicen, yo no sé cómo van a gastar el presupuesto o yo no sé qué ideas dar. So, Lilia indica de que es una excelente idea que incluyan a los estudiantes, porque ya que los estudiantes están en las preparatorias, saben lo que está pasando, pueden dar opiniones también de qué les gustaría ver en sus escuelas. Y para ustedes, papás, cuando se les pregunte qué les gustaría ver, qué quieren hacer, por favor, den sus opiniones. Tal vez, aunque no sepan exactamente los detalles, den sus opiniones sobre qué quisieran ver. Piensen en sus hijos y den lo que ustedes quisieran ver para un futuro.
Perfecto. Well, do you know we have like 1 minute, 2 minutes? Do you want to add something else?
Well, I was going to say, I feel like I have the best job in the whole wide world because some people find the LCAP to be very boring, but I find it to be very exciting because it's the opportunity to really positively affect the students in our school district, the families in our school district, and just appreciate the feedback that we've received from our educational partners. Again, fill out those surveys, come to the parent meetings so that we can continue to hear from you and we can continue working together to best just really affect our students. It's the return on the investment. They're going to be our community members, so we want to do the best by them.
La
And I
doctora
want-
Slater,
Go ahead.
la doctora Slater-Sanchez indica de que tiene el mejor trabajo porque ella puede ver lo que es el control local del dinero y dar los mejores servicios que se puede dar. And I have to say thank you, Jennifer, for your enormous support this year. Ella nos ha apoyado tantos papás. Este año nos ha dado el apoyo para excursiones para nuestros aprendices de inglés a las universidades, a tutoría. Ella nos ha dado tanto apoyo este año en lo que es el programa de aprendices de inglés inmigrantes. So thank you so much for stepping in here and helping us so much.
Well, do you know, she told us something really great about you.
Aw.
We are so happy that you know that you are supporting the Hispanic community. That sometimes we are so many now, and they forget sometimes about us.
Well, they have my heart, so thank you.
Bueno, nos vamos. Michael, do you want to say something?
Well, I just wanted to give a little insight into that LCAP. It's a report that actually talks about what I did last year, what I'm going to do this year, and what I plan to do next year. And that's a very comprehensive approach to talking about your program because it gives you vision.
Gracias. Les digo mañana de qué se trata. Nos vemos. Hasta la vista. Bye bye.